Welcome back to some professional Starcraft 2, the Dreamhack Full Masters North American Grand Finals. We've gone through dozens of players and hundreds of games to get here to the top 2 players in North America at this moment. Not, I think, coincidentally, 2 of the 3, I believe, or 4 North American players who qualified for Code S in GSL this year. But first, in the top right, Team Alpha X's Astrea, no longer a mid-North American GM ladder hero, but instead a hero of all North Americans everywhere, and also a very competent Protoss. And of course, needs no introduction, but otherwise I wouldn't be here. And what am I getting paid for? In the bottom left, never using her team tag. We really gotta look these things up beforehand, Jimmy. The Canadian Zerg player. From Bravestar Gaming, she is Scarlett. In a slightly different clan tag. Oh, and I want to thank Artosis, if you're watching live. Artosis rating the stream, bringing people to see how Protoss is a very skilled race. And it needs buffs in order to be strong, as we all agree. And thank you for sending them over here.
What a strong player.
A best of 7. Now, Astrea, I haven't seen enough Astrea to know if a Forge is in the cards. There are players who have it in the back pocket, like obviously Parting and Zest will bring it out. But there are other more shield Protoss, or like, when was the last time Neeb did a cannon rush in PvZ? I'm sure he's done it. It's just, it's so little of the time, Zerg players don't often respect it. You can kind of stylize a Protoss more than the other races. You got your shield Protoss, you got your YOLO toss, pretty much Parting and everyone like him, and then stats and everyone like him. I'd say Astrea falls more into the shield Protoss category. A Stargate. No early shenanigans, no proxy hatches, a nice, clean macro game to start things off. No adepts as of yet. I'm sure Scarlett will be happy about that. Then again, Scarlett is also one of the best Protoss players in North America, so kind of an expert. I've been notified. Doesn't Astrea start 1 game up from the winner's bracket here? And that may very well be true. But that was not my responsibility to know. That was Jimmy's. And, this is why we don't pay him. This seems like a bit of an overcommitment on the Adepts. Getting 2 drones, and then just kind of losing them. Is that actually true? I don't think that's true. Oh, it is true. Okay. Thank you. Congratulations, Astrea has won Game 1 because he came through the winner's bracket. As is your benefit. Sometimes I like that format better than... Oh, what is happening here? Oracle finds 4 kills. The Zerglings tried to get through 6 kills. And, wait. Oh! Find motivation to live. Brenda and her knitting crew angrily stare it down. But that's about it for now. That Oracle won't be doing much for quite a while. It served its purpose, though. 6 drone kills with multiple queens already out is a lot more than you really expect. Even though those early Adepts didn't do so well, I'd say right now with Scarlett making that many links early, 44 to 42 Lurkers, and usually there's a phase where the Protoss will have more probes than drones, but at this stage it should be going the other way after the injects start kicking in. Oh my god, an actual stasis ward! It got 2 frozen drones. Could have been worse. Adept shading across, looking for an opportunity. No glaives, of course. Just kind of the Adepts that he had to warp in. Twilight and Forge. Scarlet adding on even more links. I'm kind of surprised to see that. I guess respecting these adepts, but... Scarlet has probably played a lot of games against Astrea as well, considering they were some of the few players who were actually in Korea, in Code S. Oh my... Okay, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Queens need a buff. Oracles, when well managed, are some of the best units. The Swiss Army knife of Protoss. That sentry showing how good it is at force fielding. That adept chastising it for... And it's not the time. I just wanted to show you my force field. Not the time. Okay. 6 more gateways. Going up to 9... Oh, going up to 10. With charge and +1. Scarlet has a Roach Warren only halfway done. Templar Archive starts. Astrea at a pretty comfortable probe count as well. This is going to be likely a +1 timing. The Warp Prism will kick it off. And now we see if Scarlet goes full Scarlet. Which is pretty much building way too many drones and then having to desperately recover with next to no army units when the attack starts. There are 10 roaches on the way. Has this been spotted? The gateway count hasn't. The amount, honestly, it's hard to see coming unless you actually see the gateways. Scarlet is building drones. There's 10 roaches on the way, but 10 roaches are not going to cut it here. Couple Archon. Is this just going for the... No, you're not going to just go for the main. Oh my god, the stasis. Also looking for a revelation opportunity, potentially. Scarlet's getting pretty much everything. She's got 74 drones. Hive on the way. Lurker them. +1 group spines. Roach speed. Hydras. +1 ranged attack. And now a few units. But is this too late? Here come the Archons in the main. Charge Law warping. Gonna be very difficult to split units, especially without Roach speed here. Let alone Hydra speed. Scarlet going to be able to deal with things at the front, but already 5 drones have gone down. The Roach Warren itself is vulnerable. Roach speed 15 seconds out. The Roach Warren probably won't go down by that point, but there's a threat on both sides. The double prism plays from Astrea. Throws up 1 corrosive vial. Not enough from Scarlet. Getting stretched very thin here. The worker counts are even. Scarlet, if she can hold onto all these bases, it's going to be fine, but right now... I mean, a classic scenario. Struggling to hold multiple fronts and keep that economy together. Cut back down to size. But, hold. Scarlet loses some drones, but during all this, she was getting her tech up. There's still the Prism in the main. A little optimistic. Astrea did just, well, he just started a 4th. But Scarlet has a Hive and is starting Lurker upgrades. If that Hive wasn't on the way, if it was just straight up Lair Tech during this, I think Scarlet would be in a tough spot. But with Hive Tech Lurkers, decent creep spread, and really no chance of getting meaningfully attacked for a while. How many stasis wards? Was that another stasis over the top of the... Okay, whatever. It doesn't stack unless they're out of stasis. It just ignores them. They're invulnerable to essentially everything in stasis. Storm is on the way for Astrea. He's got... Whoa! An entire Twilight Council of Templar over here. It's Assassin's Creed. Storm is nearly done. Seismic Spines, a.k.a. Lurker Range, a.k.a. the real Burrowed Shady. That didn't make sense. I was trying to go for an adept joke, but it didn't come together there. We'll see. Adaptive talents. Hydra speed. More Hydras. Does Astrea realize this is Lurkers yet? Because you really need a couple either Robos, once they get the Lurker Hive Tech upgrades, either Robos or Stargate. Like we're talking Tempest, Carriers. I don't know what's preferable here, but it's already kind of at the point where there's too many lurkers to really break this. Okay, we get it, you stasis. Whoa! Okay. They really get it now. The stasis keeps working, so I guess why stop, right? Oh, what is happening up here? It was scouted by a creep tumor. Astrea has 3 prongs of attacks here. No more tech on the way. It's just the one robo Dark Shrine. Astrea wants to punch through the lurkers, which is a bold proposition. If there aren't enough of them, the Archons can soak the damage and the Storms can deal it out. There are right now 7 lurkers, which definitely isn't enough. The Oracle could be very... Wait, is the Oracle dead now? Where's the Oracle? Oh, it got recalled back! It's carrying a lot of weight this game. Scouting Immortal. Yep, those are indeed lurkers. The lurker range is making things very difficult. Astrea's just building more gates. Attack comes in from the south. Scarlet moves forward. Astrea pulls her back. The hatch itself. Down for the count. But it does come down to a critical mass of lurkers. 14 lurkers is that. Oh my god! Astrea, come on. We gotta explore other options here. You're not killing 15 plus lurkers. Not with a ground army. Not with this ground army. Astrea says, well, if I try to come from the side, then the lurkers won't be able to shoot at me. That's not how Starcraft works. This isn't Dota. Meanwhile, lurkers on every front. Oh, that army looking very... Wait! The cavalry has arrived! But for which side? Meanwhile, another attack to the north forces the cancel. Revelation. Gonna be able to break through full energy. Templar storms rain down! Onto Astrea's own observer! Be careful! That's your only detection! But, Jimmy, do we have the forecast? I mean, that makes sense. We should have showed that at the start, but... Oh my god. 16 gateways. Getting closer and closer to the Legacy of the Void trailer. That's a lot. No, no, no. No, no, no. Leave. It's time to leave. Meanwhile, charge lots. Way! That's approximately 2 fucking many lurkers right there. Creep getting cleared up. Astrea controlling the map well. Scarlet has struggled this whole game to get any counter damage done. Astrea is sitting on 5 bases, which is all the more concerning that he hasn't gone for a fleet beacon. He is leaning on 1 robo and gateway units. At some point, it's unlikely to be enough to actually break. You need... pretty much Stargate. Stargate is the way. Maybe Disruptors. More Immortals. Well, that's not a very good lurker drop, but there's 1 Void Ray. Maybe that'll inspire him to remember his Stargate. There's no detection over here. Oh, wow. Okay. That's a waste of Zealots. Yeah. I feel like by the time Astrea acknowledges that lurkers are pretty good in these numbers, it will be too late. He's really poking around the edges, but Scarlet is holding more and more strongly each time. Another obs goes down. There's only 1 robo with which to produce them. 16! Are you insane? What is wrong with you? Don't do that. What the fuck? Uh-huh. Well, that's one thing you can do. I mean, I wouldn't. Now, like, what costs more and is more fragile than Zealot? Well, we found it. That's not enough lurkers. Single-digit lurkers don't stop Immortals. It's the 15 lurkers that stop Immortals. And the obs goes down. He's still struggling. He could build 10 more robos. Astrea, please. Obviously, he's stressed right now. Scarlet has a lot more experience in matches of this import. And she's been on the back foot, or the back 5 feet, because lurkers have 5 legs. That's a fun fact. Depends on if you count the 2 legs in the center, but they have an odd number. So, it's weird. You know, the back leg. That's 18 lurkers. You don't stop. Like, Stargate is the answer. Zealots aren't gonna get through that. Immortals, maybe. Astrea's waiting for Scarlet to make a mistake, but really what he's doing is letting her get an actual bank, fill in the upgrades, stabilize. Oh my god. Well, there go all of those drones. Oh, well, this is... If you told people this is what you'd see in Wings of Liberty, they never would have believed you. The speed lurkers are dunking their faces to counter the blink Dark Templar. It's like, I understand your words, but you're not making any sense. This is not an arcade game. I don't... Is it campaign? No. There's an either Astrea has had success before with just the only ground compositions against lurkers, or he's just trying to figure out what works here. But wow, okay. Very dead changelings. He's got 16 gates, 1 robo, and 1 stargate. And this is like, Scarlet is no longer taking damage. She has 25 lurkers! She's got a 100 supply? Are lurkers 1 supply more than... No! My god! Hold right there. Are you sure? Hold! Oh no. Astrea is flailing now. I was concerned before. Now I am gravely concerned. No, oh. Oh, the prophecy has foretold many of my brothers dying, says Zeratul. And then, but why? I can't see it. All I can see is their death. Now we're going carriers, but Scarlet now has half the map. Like, there are 23 lurkers. There are too goddamn many lurkers right now. It's a little late for the carriers, I think, but we'll see. Can Scarlet actually attack? The thing is, the lurkers attacking can still get outflanked. Like, you can come in with blink DTs, with a bunch of charge lots, and you can maybe actually engage lurkers, but not when they have anything behind them. Oh my god, what are you doing? Are you a crazy person? Oh my god. Oh no, he doesn't have detection of those lurkers! What am I watching? It's a disaster. Astrea has now lost 31 Dark Templar. Like, you don't lose your army and then go carriers. That's not the ideal transition. If you were going to free up supply, you probably would want to do it with the Zealots. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is very bad. Like, those DTs, I think, tilted this. It really didn't. I guess until now, it wasn't clear who was winning. I think Astrea had control of the game, even throughout that, up until just about a minute ago. But now that removed everything from the map that was oh, where are the probes going? Oh no. Oh, Baitling speed finishes. What are you gonna... Oh no. Oh. There are too many lurkers! There are too goddamn many! There are still 21 lurkers. Oh my god. Scarlet is now getting air upgrades. She's been getting... Oh my god. Oh, whoa. Okay. And that's what happens if lurkers are off a crate. Oh my god. Yeah. Half a dozen lurkers, not too much of a problem. 21 lurkers, more of a problem. The observer's everything here. Scarlet, I think, is looking for it. Yeah, she's looking for it. She's not gonna get it. No, Astrea! Okay. The immortals somehow live. 17 corruptors on the way, though. And that's what happens if you wait this long. It's too late for the carriers. Scarlet can play the 300 supply Zerg. Astrea, 300 supply Protoss isn't really a thing, thank God. Scarlet already has +2/+2 in the air. The Lurkers are chasing them down as well. I don't even think there's Storm ready yet. Yeah, a couple energy off. Astrea crumbling. The income. Unlucky Archons. Having a tough day. Having a tough life. Astrea's out of money. No. It just took way too long. It went from, okay, maybe I can win with gateway units, to I have to win with gateway units, to, oh god, I only have gateway units. And by then, it was far too late. Shield battery overcharge helps. Is there detection? There's an observer somewhere. Cannons, I guess. This one zealot? No. The DT helps. No, Astrea is one concerted attack away from toppling here. Evening the series up, Astrea. No longer going to have that advantage from the winner bracket, but instead we're going to a pseudo best of 5. +3. Like if you went to Stargate so late, the Zerg got better air upgrades than you, it might not be worth doing it at all. The Lurkers really showing off this game. So many Lurkers. 48 Lurkers have died. There's still 11 on the field. 333 is on the way. Everything on the ground gets shredded. And not in the good, like, bro, check out my sick gains on Instagram way. Scarlet chases down the carriers. The Lurkers move forward and finish off the rest of the important units. The supply tells the story. Astrea, I gotta say, that if that sets the tone for the series, that's really rough. That's not what you want to see to start things off. I think he did a great job, like that mid-game style. But you have to go at some point. You either got to try to end it or go Stargate. And it felt like we've all been there before. It's like, oh, but I can just win. I can just win. Can you? So, I hope Astrea got a couple minutes to regroup after that. Because he played really well. Like, the first 15 minutes were essentially all Astrea. But the rest was Scarlet. All tied up, going into Ice and Chrome. I think, even though Astrea had his one game from the winner's bracket, We calm down on the music, Jimmy. There's nothing happening right now. Even though Astrea got his game from the winner's bracket, it feels like, and now I'm reading probably too much into it, but a lot of the time what happens is the player fighting from the loser's bracket was playing matches beforehand. If you're in the winner's bracket, you have the obligation to wait and see who's going to face you. So it's likely that Scarlett was playing matches and kind of warmed up, whereas Astrea had to just wait to see if Scarlett would actually be the one making it. And I'm going to go ahead and use that to inspire hope in Astrea as he throws down the Protoss logos. The spray is very commonplace on the NA regionals as opposed to anywhere else. Classic. What are we going to see this game? Astrea just needs to wrap it all up. He had the 4 bases. He had everything. Scarlett, once again, got too greedy too quick and almost got cut down for it. It feels like half of her games are getting way too greedy, getting punched in the face, but staggering back to a win. That game was no exception. A Stargate. A safe choice. Scarlett is liable to do some early all-ins, but that's usually not the default, unless No Regret has come up with something particularly clever lately. Stargate on the way, and... well, I guess... I wouldn't mind to see just like a double Stargate, like a Phoenix build or something. Just mix it up. Throw something weird out there. Just try something new. I guess the first Oracle did a lot of damage last game, but... or maybe do the build that you've practiced for months. Or weeks at least. And have perfected instead of doing random stuff 3 games into a series. That would also be viable, I guess. I don't know. You think these guys plan their builds out beforehand? That sounds hard. Well, obviously Astrea, he had to cancel a probe to get the Void Ray, and was a little late, and I was building an extra pylon. But overall, no. The Void Ray going to angrily shoot down the Overlord. It could do it calmly, but it is angry because of that supply block. Which is fair. The Oracle. The Queens. I'm sorry, Queens. You cannot fly. Not since the accident back in the war. The Brood War. Is there a Spore? Done just in time. I was gonna say good Oracle micro, but... not really, though. There's a Twilight Council. Following all this up. Resonating glaives. Here we go. Our glaives will sing. Roachworn on the way for Scarlett. A little on the late side, but there still should be an opportunity for Roaches quick enough to deal with the Adepts. That's assuming she figures this out or assumes it. Assuming the assumption, yes. Very eloquent. I have the best words. Many YouTube comments have told me. Lair on the way. Evolution chamber. Really? Okay. That was an interesting exchange. The Queen just decided to inject instead of trying to kill the Oracle. But, brother, who was responsible for this creep? Karen? What do you mean you were saving energy? Sorry, I blacked out. Adepts are coming. 7 Roaches on the way. The Roaches, I mean, will just kind of vaulted in. Not really threatening much. It's is it going to be canceled at the last second? Astrea really works it there. The Glaive Adepts. Now, Scarlet has 53 drones to 57 probes. That's actually a lot of probes right now. This is keeping control of the drone count. But, well, Scarlet needs to start roach speed. It's very important here. Yeah, she agrees. 2 Adepts shade by. Nice moves. Wow. 2 Adepts, the most dangerous creatures in all of StarCraft. More Adepts. Oh, God, that's a problem. Oh, immediate recall. That other Adept left behind. Astrea, a bit of a misfire on that. Losing another handful of Adepts that weren't really needed. But Scarlet was forced into a whole bunch of roaches. She's pretty far off of having roach speed, though Astrea might not know the exact timing. And that means she doesn't have too much opportunity to actually move out and attack. And she didn't lose enough drones to be forced to, though. That's the difference. Like, if you're down to, like, 42 drones, you have to try. Like, you have to go try to do damage. But you're down to, like, 50-something, you can still rebuild them quickly. There's a Nidus. It's going to be Swarm Host Nidus. Infestation Pit gives that away. Creep Spread isn't bad. +1 attack. Astrea's getting everything else here. Adepts are still holding that watchtower. The roaches nearing completion of speed, but there shouldn't be nearly enough roaches to do anything but maybe deny a 4th. It appears we're going to get the rest of the tech tree. Just the whole damn thing here. We got Blink +1, Robo, a second Robo, and a Robotics Bay. On the other side, Infestation Pit. Hive starts 3, 2, 1. Scarlet. Come on. But how cool would it have been if I timed it out? 3, 2, 1. Okay, we'll get there. And also, no Swarm House? I don't know if it's because of something she scouted. The Infestation Pit is done. I guess we're going to Vipers. There's no attempt at a Nidus. I think, well, Astrea has really sat on 3 bases longer than you might expect here. I think he was pretty scared of a counterattack. Heavy on the gateway unit count, also Eddie and Blink. Blink Stalker Disruptor is a unit composition you can use. There's a lot of glass cannons involved, but they are big cannons. And the size does matter. How many of those scuttling roaches and hydras can you fit in one purification nova? I think the answer is about 15. If they're really committed. But wait, there's a flank from the back. Disruptor shot. Center mass. Stasis ward hits a weird amount of things. The Disruptor's going to go down. And the Disruptors die. Guardian Shield helpful, but Hydras are just better units. Astrea very optimistically blinking forward. Another Stasis. Ain't going to happen. Cancels it. Pulls back. Blinks. On cooldown for the most part. Reinforcing Stalkers. Astrea is boxing out for his 4th base. I'm actually surprised he's still in this fight here. I guess Scarlet doesn't have the Hydra range upgrade nor the +2 attack. Those are pretty big damage increases effectively here. More Disruptors coming up, 2 at a time. More Prism reinforcing. Scarlet looking for a... What is this? What year is it? What am I watching? What? One Stalker scouts it. What is this? Who does that? I don't...
Who does that?
I want a Nidus to reinforce. This is the expeditionary team. Oh, the Nidus. No, kill the Nidus. Kill the Nidus. Kill the Nidus. You, don't you... Oh, the Nidus dies. This was... And I say this with all due respect. This was a stupid idea. Oh my god. Even if it hadn't been scouted, that was about the most efficient way to lose like 50 supply of Roach Hydra. Scarlet just threw... I mean, she got a few Stalkers for it, but in the grand scheme of things, having map control was probably more important than doing... That's like Maru in 2016 level Doom drop there. That's like back when Overlord Doom Drops cost 200. This is my entire strat. I have no idea. That was a very YOLO move. We're going full NA, everyone. Now, Astrea can't really attack because he still only has Stalker Disruptor, which isn't really a game-ending army unless you have actually somehow a greater army supply. But at the same time, Scarlet now trying to get into... Well, why? Astrea is way over here. There is a recall. Oh, the Disruptor somehow hits next to nothing. Recall. Except the army is too thick. The army is too thick to recall. Where did it recall to? The fourth. Everyone's over here. Some Disruptors from the right. Stalkers from the back. Corrosive Biles land. Good shot. Another shot. Looking for more. Throws out another one. Big hit. Center mass. But still a lot of the natural ripping through the front. Disruptors body blocked by their own Stalkers. Probes are pulled. To where? No one knows. Meanwhile, counterattack up to the north. Fifth base of Scarlet looks like it will probably go down. Astrea cleans everything up. Scarlet suddenly down 30 supply. A bunch of roaches trying desperately to figure out how to navigate the main. The SimCity pretty good. Queens and Vipers. The Viper just trying to pretend none of this is happening. The Viper not succeeding. Roaches coming up to reinforce. There's still roaches in the main. There's not going to be a recall for quite a while. Seismic Spines is done. Shadow Stride is on the way. Everybody calm down. Scarlet left with a nice amount of workers, but 12 less supply. Astrea holds everything. The unit's lost. Scarlet, yeah, has definitely lost more. 61 roaches, 27 hydras. I'm not, like... These fights are impressively inefficient. It's almost like Scarlet is doing what Astrea did last game. Honestly, that's almost exactly what's happening. Astrea's working towards a later game army, whereas Scarlet's like, well, I do have a lot of units, so let's fix that. But now we have the Lurkers. Adaptive Talons is done. Yanks Interrupter. Blink Stalkers, optimistic. Those are ranged Lurkers. Okay-ish spread. Another fadeaway shot. Clip some Hydras. Looking for more. Lurkers burrow forward. Small skirmishes. More DTs. Here we go again. But DT is definitely a more viable choice at this stage of this particular game. Shadow Stride isn't done, but there's no detection. They can't see one another through their various fancy means. Shoot at your own extractor to kill them. No, Scarlet, what a noob. Not even shooting at her own extractor to do some splash damage to the DTs, which I'm not even exactly sure would work. The charge lots getting in. Group hug on the queen. Queen doesn't survive it. Always fears intimacy ever since she was a child. Or a larva. Wait. No, that's not how queens work. Anyways. Back in the Brood War. 12 drones going down. Scarlet, desperate. Are those battery pack evos or were they actually upgrading? It's unclear, but now they're battery pack. Drags in the Ruptors. The Lurker's still getting hit, but the Ruptor's getting shredded as well. All of them go down. Meanwhile, the main base. Who needs a Lurker then when you could have everything? A whole bunch of DTs. Astrea has more DTs than any other unit. That's true. That's actually, well, I guess probes, but don't be that guy. The hive is gone. The lair is gone. Because it was the hive, essentially. There goes the prism for some reason, but that means no more overseers. How many overseers are there? 3. That's okay. Well, there you go. There's 3 of them, which is maybe not the best way to have them laid out. A Lurker den was restarted before the hive died, which is a very good thing here for Scarlet. Astrea says, now would be the perfect time to transition into way more gateways. I agree. We're going to go up to... Last time it was only 16 gateways, but this time it's going to be 19 gateways. That was the issue. You remember last game, the big issue was not enough random-ass zealots warped in. So, 19 gates it is. Everybody calm down and settle in. Because what's going to happen this game? Here's my prediction. Astrea is going to get so goddamn close to breaking Scarlet. But he's not going to. And then he'll eventually go Stargate. It's going to be almost deja vu from last game. But with Astrea taking slightly longer to become inefficient. Because he starts from a much better position. Like, come on, you gotta just build the flea beacon. I don't know. Like you gotta just get the... Not even the Stargates, just for a mothership. I'm begging. I would get on my knees, but it's all about... But there's a reason we have the face... Oh my god, don't do that. Don't stop that. That's very jarring. What were we talking about? Oh, I'm uncomfortable now. So is Astrea, with building anything but gateway units. Okay. So for some reason, nobody's killing each other. So let's take stock. There it is! Stargate, don't wall yourself off! Stargate command. Online. Is that... Okay, I don't think it's the tip of the spear. If you get 6 Stargates and a fleet beacon together, you can combine them with your Solarite card and make the Spear of Adun. Oh, wait. I think that's co-op. Or teamfight tactics. I'm not 100%. Either way. Get over here. Well, the most important unit is dead, and the other ones are about to die. What are you doing? What are you doing? You can't fight those. Oh, wow. Stalkers die. Like, dead is dead, but they die. Brutally. Yeah, that's a good plot. That's a good spot for your scouting disruptors. Winter, are you criticizing players who are almost double your MMR? Yeah, well, I have a small to medium YouTube channel, so when you have that, you can criticize them too. Or me. What is happening? What is going on? Where is everyone going? Everyone just... Please disperse. It's curfew time at the Watchtower. Only approved Zerglings at the Watchtower. Thank you. Two Spires. Scarlet and Spire. Scarlet, stop. Like, we had this conversation against MCAN. And by conversation, I mean me yelling. If Scarlet... Like, I remember NASL 2013. I remember Scarlet and the other Zergs in Wings of Liberty building their Greater Spires in their main, dying to a Warp Prism of Charge Lots, me there happily excited in the Canadian crowd, which was amazing, mostly because they actually serve alcohol, but overall amazing. And then, them rebuilding the Spire in the same goddamn spot, and it dying to Charge Lots again. Like, how many times? At least these aren't at the edge of the main, I guess. But could we just not, like, build them, I don't know, like here? Like, it's been a decade. Have we not come up with better locations for Greater Spires or just regular Spires at the 20-minute mark? I will die on this hill, and so will that Spire if it's placed in the same spot. Okay, seems a little... Oh, fire everything! Oh! That's one way to avoid. Oh. We've reached that stage. The Lurkers rise up to battle. Not for victory, but to free up more supply for things that can actually kill stuff. We're about 18 minutes past the point where probes were a real threat to Scarlet. Fire a broadside! Yes, Admiral. Are you prepared to go all the way? I am prepared to go all the way. Everything's completed. But this game is far from it. So Scarlet is just sitting back and banking up. So is Astrea. We've finally gone back to the trenches after the brutal first 15 minutes. 50,000 resources being lost in 20 minutes. That's an impressive amount. Like, that's like an entire Silver League division of resources. Well, Stalkers do not counter Lurkers, but they do free up plenty of supply for carriers. Astrea decides No, this is actually just trying to get rid of the zealots. I think this is freeing up supply. Legitimately. Not like last game, 16 DTs. This is actually, I don't want zealots anymore. I want carriers. Alright, everyone settle in. If at this point, pause the video. Like, subscribe, get your pizza rolls. You heat them up. You left them in the microwave. You might have to heat them up again. You gotta be careful, though, that some of the pizza rolls, like in the center, maybe stir them around so the ones in the center on the outside. So that way you don't have like a whole Song of Ice and Fire thing going on with those pizza rolls. Like, we don't want to play pizza roll roulette. But once you're done with that, come on back. Still about the same spot. Welcome back. The carriers have arrived. But like, why though? Whatever happened to Gregory? Gregor Tanis, rather. I had to come up with something Protossy. Gregor Tanis and his brother, Billy, murdered! But most of the fleet and most of the armada is intact. Meanwhile, the Lurkers press forward. Ground units are not long for this map. I guess he was too gregarious. Get over here! Oh. Couple more down for the count. Five carriers at a time. So this is the game we're having. Will we see Microbial Shroud? Wait. Is this after the Tempest change? Was this, I think the Tempest building, like, doing damage to buildings upgrade, was right after this tournament. I'm not 100% though. And also, there are no Tempests, so... The tectonic destabilizers. Oh my god, that many Lurkers. Fire! Whoop. I never knew this game was voice commanded. God, there's so many units on the map! There's more carriers. Flux Veins on the way. +3 air and shields. 13 carriers. Both sides have... Astrea has less gas bank. The gas bank is very important. The Lurkers... Oh, the curveball! Into some of the Lurkers. Not all, though. I don't think you can fit all the Lurkers on a Disruptor Nova. Is that the Oracle from earlier? Is that the same Oracle from the beginning of the game? Or is it a new one? Oh my god. The Forest of Spines! 30 spines! Firing all the the Disruptor shots. Some storms to zone. Feedback good. Chasing back. Yes, this is the game we're having. Astrea has more minerals and less gas banked. Oh, that's a lot of interceptors. Oh my god. My eyes hurt. I can't even tell what's going on. My game... What is this, BGH? Why is my game like... God. Well. It looks like the carriers are getting targeted down pretty well. Stalkers are being warped in. I'm not sure... Okay, but the Lurkers are still intact. Yeah, the carriers just kind of die. I don't know if Stalker is... Astrea was just waiting. He was chomping at the bit for the opportunity to make gateway units again. But I don't think this was it, Astrea. Like, he's like, oh god, thank god those carriers all got slaughtered. Lurker eggs are walling off Lurkers. This is happening. Moving on. Oh, now they're down here. Don't worry, my zealots will handle it. Wait, there's no Greater Spire, so the Corruptors can't be Broodlords. We may have tilted into the only time when gateway units. There's 72 supply of Corruptors that can't kill anything on the ground. Wait a second. The Greater Spire plus 3 Carapace was canceled to get a Greater Spire. Oh my god, there might actually be a window. Because the army supply on the ground, Scarlet has less than 70 ground army supply. Whereas Astrea, the vast majority of his 126, he has to actually do something here. If that Greater Spire, if those Broodlords come out, there could be like an entire feudal society of Broodlords. Scarlet has enough money for like 20. This is such an awkward situation. I have no idea how this plays out. It really does come down to, like, having any lurkers left is very important for Scarlet, because Astrea is just killing bases that have mined out, like, 20 minutes ago. No, okay, not 20 minutes, like 10 minutes ago. Those aren't real. Drones are dying, but I'm not sure how big of a factor that's going to be. Astrea needs to get something done by the time Broodlords come out. I bet he's surprised that Broodlords aren't already out. Oh, they found the Greater Spire. The fears are confirmed. Wait, what's even happening here? Whose zealots are they anyways? 20 drones die. Storm. There's some Vipers. How many Lurkers? Building more Lurkers. Scarlet not building any Broods, which is surprising. Build the Broods. Build the Broods. She remaxes out on Hydras. You've got, like, for the first time in 2020, in a professional match, you're going to get +3 flyer attack. Okay, not the first time, but it's very rare. And you're gonna not make the... Scouting Templar. Astrea has money in the bank. He's just kind of figuring out what he wants to do with it. Scarlet, not as much of a bank. The Templar on a wild ride that ends very abruptly. We were waiting for this. Who needs Broodlords when you can just pee all over their bases? Caustic spray and pray. There goes the Nexus. Oh, the Lurkers try to run. One didn't. Nice 720 flip there, though. 15 Zealots just got warped in. Is that the play? Is that where we're going? Oh, wow. Actually, the Void Rays. Wait, the Void Rays? Could you be careful with your goddamn Observer, Astrea? No, he's never been careful in his damn life. What did you think was going to happen to those Void Rays? Those are the most dead Void Rays in the history of StarCraft. That is a Congress of Corruptors right there. There's 36 of them. Oh my god. Calm down. Did Disruptors just kill Changelings? Oh my god. Yeah, I'll take... Yeah, you and you and you and you. I gotta... just yank whatever in. Meanwhile... Oh my god. Oh no, not the DTs again. Astrea's like, how can I most efficiently get rid of this bank? Not carriers. They take too long to build. You know what doesn't? I'm pretty sure... Wait, DTs are 375 gas per 6 supply. Carriers are only 250. So, in both terms of build time and per supply, DTs are the most efficient way to waste your gas. Fun fact. Maybe High Templar, technically, but no one's just throwing High Templar away. DTs can blink into the enemy. So this is happening. There's no detection, though. Like, your entire army that requires detection is stopped because you don't have detection, which feels appropriate to me. Scarlet's just not building Broods, and she doesn't have gas anymore. I think she's scared that the Golden Armada is going to come back. She's scared that Astrea isn't showing all his supply, which is reasonable because she doesn't know that he still has 70 probes. He could have like 40, 50 supply that she's not seeing. That is my explanation for it. I'm not sure though. Oh, those are whoa, 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 whoa! Those are very good disruptor hits. But actually, it's just a ground army, and now Scarlet doesn't have like 4 Broodlords. Okay, just test the waters. What are you insane? What? But where's the well, there's Revelation. Yeah, well, I mean, there go the DTs. There's another Revelation that missed one. You know, that one okay. It wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. Like, I think in the terms of the game and the banks, which neither player, they have to guess, alright? You have to guess based on what their opponents are doing, like what units they're building or not building. Right now, both players know the other player is probably mostly surviving on their bank. But they don't know what supply or exactly what unit composition they're most committed to. This is a game of chess, but with murder. With a side of murder. Actually, maybe mostly murder with a side of chess. Or poker. Poker with murder. Maybe mostly murder. But a little anyways, 4 Banelings helped out a lot there. Oh my. Zerglings back on the agenda. Zerglings and Banelings are actually one of the most efficient counters to that many Zealots. Storms killing, wow. A lot of charge lots. I mean, a lot of changelings, rather. Wait. Astrea just attacked his own Zealot. He's seen Zealots are turning on each other. They can't tell who's real anymore. Astrea warps in 16 more DTs because fuck having any gas. He can't get through the changeling! These ones aren't real! Ah! No! No! The cannons are killing changelings! He just used the blink! What's happening? Ah! I don't understand! What am I watching? There's detection now, but there's... Oh my god! That is you know what? That is by far the most efficient way to waste thousands of gas in dozens of seconds or less. Wow, that was terrible. Oh, that was like the worst thing he could have ever done. Okay, not the worst, but it was definitely near. Like, it was close. It was top 10. Wow. 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 Okay. Well, Astrea has really turned this all around. Which isn't how you would usually use that phrase, but he really has. What the fuck are those? Wait, one of them's real? Blinding Cloud doesn't work on Zealots! Did Scarlet really just Blinding Cloud one Stalker? It's the imposter! Yeah. I don't really understand the appeal of that game. But this one is also struggling to earn that excitement as well. Oh. I saw that Zealot actually taking the Watchtower. Oh, how many? Oh, GG. 60 DTs. It felt like 600. What happened? Oh my god. Astrea loses 26,000 more resources, and after 35 minutes, The goddamn game. Oh my god. Well, that was tough. Like, at some point you gotta commit to the carriers, I think. There's a reason why when Ire was falling, they weren't like, warp me in 14 more zealots, Phoenix. Because that wasn't really a solution. Like, I don't... Maybe if Zeratul could come by with like a couple dozen of his bros and... Okay. Well, wait, is that 2? That was 2 games. That was just 2 games? Ah! Oh my god. Plus the 1 for Astrea from the winner's bracket. It's like, did Astrea face Scarlet and win before? I'm not sure. Let's see. The way... No, he beat Neeb. Wait, Astrea beat Scarlet 3-2 earlier in the bracket. Okay, Astrea. Now, let's go ahead and figure out however that happened. Whatever you did there, let's get some of that. Alright? Now is the time. He's like, alright, hold my glaive to depths. I mean, I'm not used to the game running with over 60 FPS. How crazy is this? There's so much going on in that last match. Not good, necessarily, but, like, a lot going on. Is it going to be Stargate again? Just give me a Twilight. Let's try it for posterity. Give me a Twilight. What? That probe teasing me. That's the only reason it did that, obviously. Another probe teasing the Zerglings. Oh. What are you doing? No, don't get crazy. Like, he came back and I think he contemplated jamming a pylon down. But then he remembered warp prisms exist and built a robo. So, typical. They're on the way. And then also a Dark Shrine. TT drop. This feels very obvious to me. It is Golden Wall, but I didn't even do my spiel about how Golden Wall is a weird map and does crazy strats, because I kind of thought Astrea would do a 2-base timing, and it isn't affected too much by the map. More gas is on the way as well. Not particularly early on. No charge. I think Astrea is trying very hard to make this look like Glaive to Depths. That's what this says. Look! Look! Glaive to Depths! I'm doing Glaive to... Not doing Glaive to Depths. It's DTs. There are already some roaches on the way, but overseers as well. Scarlet is not fooled. She already has the overseers. I think after those last two games, you just get pretty confident. I guess technically you could say that. You get confident that there's going to be some shenanigans afoot. But, okay, wait a second. This was a quick lair from Scarlet, which means the third base isn't done. I did not notice that. So the third base will just die to the DTs. The Overseer will follow it up. Drone does die. But now what? We're taking the Golden Wall base? Okay. A Dev Shade through, find some kills as well. Scarlet only has, like, having no third and 40 drone, like, oh my god. Who needs glaives? Looks like Scarlet got adepted. But 37 drones, 2 base layer, and forced into roach speed? This is actually a really tough spot. I don't even really know what happened here. I guess Scarlet was really banking on... It feels like with a lair that quick, you should have been able to hold on to the third, but Astrea just kind of walks up with DTs and kills it. The economy, not good for Scarlet. And the problem is, like, when this is happening, everything's already scouted. Because the DTs, in order to stop the DTs, you have to pretty much show your hand. Scarlet shows that she's got some roaches. She's going to have to go for the roach speed. The Spire is not scouted. And there's not so little economy that that's going to be useless. The Spire could be very helpful, but Astrea already has Blink. He didn't follow with Charge. Sometimes if you're feeling very concerned, like, or you don't really have the gas, you follow with Charge. But the Blink does give you options against the Mutas. It's not the best. It's not the best answer. But, like, Scarlet's not going to have that many Mutas.
Research complete.
I don't know what I expected. That was Astrea's announcer. Let's check Scarlet's. Meanwhile, this attack is coming in looking pretty strong. Does have Blink done with +1. It's default. Unfortunate. This is why Astrea is making gateway units. It's Diva's fault. We can just blame Diva for it. This is great execution. Force fields are good. Minimizing DPS, forcing out corrosive biles. And Scarlet, like, she tried to go Hydras and Spire. Ended up not getting to either. And that goes just kind of one-sided. Okay. Alright, like, kind of odd. But Scarlet just was not ready for the DTs, and sometimes the DTs are ready for you. Like, it's one of those games you're going to lose sometimes. I don't know. I really just don't know what happened. I know the Adepts threw Scarlet off, but it felt like she should have had more than enough, so. The DT drop is dangerous. I'm sorry. That game was so incredibly different than the last two before it. I got kind of like whiplash. I'm like, wait. The game's ending? It's only 8 minutes. Don't you know the game's supposed to go 3 times this long? Come on. Quick probe to be able to block the hatch. Was this before the pylon, or was it just a quick pylon? Okay. Now this is kind of the typical life of a Zerg nowadays in Zerg versus Protoss. Your third is your natural. Get used to it. Unless their natural is your natural. If you're Bly. Or a handful of other Zergs. But yeah. About 3 out of 4 Protoss are sending out that early probe on maps where you can actually get there in a timely manner. And most Zergs have decided, like, instead of taking a hatch earlier and cutting out some drones, just take the third. Just take the third. Gonna do some fancy probe microwave. Okay. It's actually working pretty well. Bouncing those. Like, mineral patches are aggressively neutral. They don't care who's mining them, but once someone starts mining them, they're like, we're taken. Alright, I'm in a relationship. And the drones are like, but I'm the one who lives here. It's like, no, I'm busy right now. You better like it. Come back later. Like, and if you do it right, with that mining trick, you can deny 10, maybe 20 minerals from your opponent. And annoy them a little bit. At only the cost of maybe missing most of your build. Astrea. Is this how we wall off here? You can just do it. You can just... Okay, so... Everyone... Whoever sends... Every Protoss player who sends in an angry coach in this matchup, which is more than you might think... I'm going to remember this. They will have watched this series. They will have watched this wall off. And if I don't see this from myself or any of you... Well, I'm going to be very angry. At myself or any of you. Because, I mean, you didn't watch Astrea versus Scarlet, and you call yourself someone who wants to improve at StarCraft. Are you kidding me? But I don't know who Astrea is. Is MC still playing? I liked him. It's like, we're talking about walling off on Death Aura. Does it... Oh, I'm surprised he didn't cancel it. I guess there was a queen, but... A Stargate. We're back to Stargate. I don't know. Like, I like the timing. It wasn't... He hasn't even pulled out the Slim Shady build, the Glaive Adept timing. We will see. It's going to be Hidden Phoenixes. Oh! Okay, so this isn't just like a... This isn't just a macro Phoenix build. This is wait for probably 4 Phoenixes. And then try to lift Queens and draw... It's been a while. It's been quite a while since I've seen anyone do this. This is like a real old school. Every once in a while a build like this will crop up. It is one of those in your deck of builds you pull out now and again as a Protoss, but... Are we going to go with 2? Maybe just get drone kills? Not too many people try to kill the Queens anymore. Everybody's building Queens all the time. You're probably not going to kill Queens. Let's be honest. Still some Adepts out there. But, like... What is this going to accomplish, though? Because Scarlet is just... Well, she's taking it very seriously. She's got roaches on the way, which is great for Astrea. Will she actually cancel the roaches on seeing the Phoenixes? Or decide to just go for an all-in? Yeah, it's a little late to cancel the roaches. Is there a lair? There is no lair. So wait, I take it all back. This is going to force an all-in now. So the only thing Astrea needs to do is not be caught sitting where all his units will die. If he looked closely, Astrea will have seen there is no lair. And that is insanely important information right now. I don't know, like, it's hard to actually take note of that. Have we not seen... The units are just coming across the map. Come home. Come home. Run down the knitting crew. They're probably coming as well. Everybody's getting involved. That force field, not gonna help. The corrosive bile lands, because of course it does. There's nowhere to run. Oh, no. This is the only thing that, like... Avoid ray, anything else. But they just get in. They just get in. They're going for the pylon. The pylon won't hold forever. There's nothing to stop the Lings. The most obvious all-in, but also the most dangerous. Astrea's actually holding, but has no gateways powered, which is a real issue because those are going to run out of energy eventually. The Cyber Core is about to die. It's not dead yet. Oh my god, what a wall from Astrea. Whoops in 1 sentry. Oh my god, Astrea! Holding the door! But how long? How long? Can he... There's no way. There's Zerglings inside the wall. How did that happen? So many Zerglings! The enemy is at the gates! And there's no stopping them. If he just had a few more gateways, maybe. An impressive hold. But you can't just build a wall and expect it to solve all your problems. There has to be a little more nuance than that. And Astrea didn't have energy for it. Scarlet just runs him over. And that is part of the reason why you don't really see that Phoenix build much anymore. You just don't really have unit. Like Scarlet was originally intending on going for... the Roaches were defensive, expecting like Adepts or DTs. It just kind of became an all-in after the Phoenixes were scouted. So, at the end of the day, Astrea kind of baited Scarlet into winning the game, which is kind of the story of this series so far. But we are on match point. Scarlet at 3-2. It's time for a quick word. A quick word from our sponsors. Hey everyone, I'm Winter, also known as Angry Coach. Have you tried getting coaching from competent players like Pig or Neuro or actually good players who offer it for way too cheap because they don't know how much they're worth? No? Well, look no further than Angry Coach. Angry Coach, every Sunday night, or on YouTube every Thursday, usually, sometimes, depending on if Jimmy gets his schedule together and actually figures out what day Angry Coach, Thursday or Sunday, you can learn all of the stuff that you could have learned for free from plenty of people who have provided you diligently over many years and many tens of thousands of games of experience with that information. You can learn that same information less efficiently, more entertainingly, and for a price of at least $15. Do you have too much money in and out of game? Angry Coach. Are you a gold Terran who just finished the hard campaign? Angry Coach. Are you a Platinum Zerg who, for the very first time, has achieved self-awareness? Angry Coach. Try it today. Like and subscribe to this video, and you'll see the next one. Thank you guys for sticking around. Is Astrea cannon rushing? Find out more when we get to the game! Ah! He's not cannon rushing, he's just blocking the hatch. Which is unfortunate. Scarlet just takes a third. We've seen the story before. The probes have come to an agreement about who will be building the assimilator. Will Scarlet go 3? I guess Scarlet's taking it seriously. I thought there was a chance she might go for like a proxy hatch or something. But even though most of the wins have been pretty comfortable, I don't think you really want to risk it here. Maybe, because remember, Astrea won the last series 3-2, which is where Scarlet's at now. So Astrea was doing something right at that time. That might factor into why Scarlet's doing better now. Because as Protoss, sometimes if your builds get figured out, then it gets a lot harder to sneak out maybe a couple extra wins. We will see. Scarlet actually chasing the probe, not oftentimes seen. Making sure it's up to no... Well, it's not up to no good, I guess is what we... Oh, just working up speed for a third hatch. Or not. Okay, you know what? I'm just... You guys cast. Twilight Council. What's it gonna be? What flavor? It has to be the Adepts. Like, it's time. We're overdue. We've tried everything else. It has to be the Adept. You don't have 3 in gas, Astrea. That's why. Is that intentional? He's about to have the gas for Adepts. 3, 2, 1. Well. It's time. Here we go! Here we go again! Mm-hmm. Back to the classics. 4 gates. Warp Prism on the way. Resonating Glaives. Denying Overlords. Does Scarlet get her Roach Horn at 4 minutes? If she does... Oh, wow. 355. She does put it at the 3rd. No wall, but that Roach Horn is well timed. Wait. I think she's pretty convinced. Like, there's no gas. No gas at the NAT at over 4 minutes. No Stargate units at all. A robotics facility. She knows. She knows. Building a couple spores just in case. But just because you know what's coming doesn't mean you can stop it. Will the spores get canceled? It's just Zerglings in the main. Glaives are done. You could probably shade through that. Oh, the Adepts. Where are you going? Come back! Do something! Oh no! Astrea was supply blocked. Oh no. That warping a little slow. And every second really does count with this. Adept shade towards the main. Really? Oh, decides to cancel and just jump. Even then, not really committing. In the main, though. Some Adepts are warped in. The Warp Prism, though. Warp Prism! Warp Prism! Warp Prism! No! No! Disaster! The Spore Crawler may have just won the championship for Scarlet. Oh no. Astrea was already playing pretty timid with the Adepts, and he tries to get something done, but without the Prism to hold Scarlet back, at least with some units in her base. Oh, there's no reason, like, I'm surprised she's going back home. She's surprised she's going back home. Why are you going back home? When you could just go maybe... Okay, maybe not win the game. That's a lot of Adepts. But there's no reason to worry about a counterattack for a time. Well, I mean, this isn't very cost-effective. But the Adepts will die. Astrea. He played such a great 5 to 17 minutes of 2 different games. But this one's looking pretty rough. Lair is done. Not particularly... Whoa, 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 whoa! Attack! You have to attack with those! The Immortals are not attack move! Oh, no. I mean, the force fields... I guess it wasn't that bad. It looked worse than it was. All the Adepts are going out. Oh, it hurts. The Overlord saw it. Like, if you saw the Overlord definitely saw you. Air units have 1 more vision range. That's kind of how it works. You can't just walk away and pretend nothing happened. The Glaive Adepts are fighting roaches, but they're getting out of there. Oh, but there's nothing to defend the probes. Oh, well. Kind of just lost 5 probes. These are mistakes that are absolutely not... They can't happen now. Like, you can't have that. Astrea can afford no mistakes, and he's still in a terrible spot right now. Any more and... Immortals, I mean, Scarlet had a later lair, which means roach speed isn't done until now. And that is why Astrea has been able to sit... Yo, bro, I don't know if you noticed, but you got a problem. 2 Stargates aren't going to solve that one. I guess he may have been expecting mutas. He needs every... He's getting +1 air weapons, which is... You know, optimistic. Void Race. It's time for the Void Race! Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's a way... I mean... There were some Adepts on the other side, but... Yeah, that's... Here comes Scarlet! Coming for North American Dreamhack Masters Fall 2020 Championship! Proving she is the very best! Astrea may have snuck a win before, knocked her to the loser's bracket. But at the end of the day, and after a best of 7, I think with great precision and with a decisive exclamatory statement with "Stop killing Overseers and going DTs, Astrea, you cheesy Protoss." Oh my god. It's a little late for that. By the end of this, there will not be a Nexus. There will not be mining. The roaches might die, but what does it matter? There's half as many workers. Like, there are roaches everywhere. Did somebody call for an exterminator? No. The Protoss do not have ghosts. Scarlet will now get everything else, which is the only way she could even have a little bit of an issue. But 35 probes, so never mind. Scarlet just comes in, punches Astrea in the face, knocks him to the ground, kicks him in the teeth, and leaves him there. And then she says, I'll be back. Astrea has, like, a MOBA game to play of units. He's got 3 Void Rays, 3 DTs, and a goddamn Dream. Just kill it. Scarlet, just kill your own hatch. Come on. Just rebuild it. No, no, no. Don't you do... Just rebuild the hatch. Don't bring the queens down. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's a full energy queen still contemplating that original warp prism. Brenda, where's the other queens? I don't know. You gotta be kidding me. Like, Astrea trying to come in. Like, are those burrow roaches? Oh. Did Astrea not see them? Meanwhile, there's an immortal drop. Wait, Scarlet. Scarlet is kind of losing a lot of stuff. And, no, like, this, like, Scarlet just, wow. Wow. Oh my. Okay, well, Scarlet, if she had lost this hatch, this would actually be a terrible scenario. That hatch. Oh my god. Scarlet just lost 17 drones and all of the roaches. Oh, Scarlet pulling an Astrea right now. What happened to the first cyber? Oh yeah. Flux veins. So this hatch is still intact. The drone count has been rebuilt. 5 Vipers. Astrea building 1 carrier, 1 immortal, 2 sentries, plus 1 air, plus 2 ground attack. Flux veins. Another Nexus, like... There's so many Void Rays. But, that's what Parasitic Bomb is for! Oh. Wait, Vipers show up. Go for the hatch! Is there energy? Get out, cancel it, get out! Oh my god, they're so fast, but they accelerate so slow. The consumption has begun! Why? Would you do that? Why? Why? Oh, there's not a... Wait, is that a hive? Can he get the hive? Yo, attack! The queen! Oh, here comes the bombs and the abducts. I don't know if losing these Void Rays is worth these drones. Throw it out there! Yep, I mean... I'm reduced to just making noises, because that's how this game makes me feel. I don't know. The lone Void Ray. You got this.
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
Oh shit.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
So Astrea is still warping in somehow. I'm not... Scarlet just decides, you know what? That's fine. I don't care about my drones. That much is very obvious. Storm isn't done. There's, like Astrea doesn't actually have any units. He has 4 carriers, 2 sentries, and a goddamn Dream. Like, what are you gonna do, though? He's gonna steal... Get over here! Target fire! Well, I don't know what you expected. One at a time, please. And even a blind... Yeah, you too. Come on. Come on. Alright. Well, there goes that. GG! Scarlet takes the Dreamhack Masters North America Fall 2020. It sounds less dramatic than it truly is. The best player of North America. Scarlet! 4-2. Just like a real baseball match there. Both sides took turns throwing, but an exciting match, one befitting the North American Grand Finals, I think. And what do you think? Is it Zerg? Is it Astrea? What happened? how did Astrea beat Scarlet the first time? Did you enjoy? Thank you to Dreamhack, thank you to the players, and thank you to you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment, watch the whole playlist. Don't autoplay. There's a playlist of all the pro games, depending on which comments you read. But good luck. Have fun. Congratulations, Scar.